Well, a day for the ages, folks, in San Diego. An epic comeback. Padres over the Phillies again. They had to have. Season on the brink, trailing 4-0. They come all the way back. They beat Aaron Nola, and they send the series back to Philadelphia tied at a game apiece. It is the wrap-up show. We are just back from the Blind Borough downtown. Thank you if you saw us, if you were listening. If you didn't have time for it and you're here tonight in the wrap-up show, thank you as well for being here live or on replay. This was an absolutely epic day, Jim. I mean, after game one and then after the top of the second inning, you're like, maybe it's just not meant to be. I mean, maybe it's just not meant to be. But the Padres facing the adversity and finding a way to win. So let's get into it. But please, if you're a Padres fan, please subscribe. All right? Do that for us. Please subscribe if you're a Padres fan. Smash the like button. Follow us on Twitter. At John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the memberships. Great way to support this channel. Click the join button down below. Thank you for the supers. We see them rolling in. We'll get to all of the supers here today. We truly appreciate your support of this channel. With Jim, from early on today, trailing by a game, you knew how important it was. You were facing Aaron Nola, and by some manner, the Padres found a way to win this game.
Yeah, first off, massive shout out to everybody who stopped by the Blind Borough. You know who you are. Gave us a shout out, said wrap up show, John and Jim, gave us fist bumps, whatever it is. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate, you mean everything. Without you, this doesn't happen. We were like in the epicenter of the biggest party in San Diego tonight after that game. It was unbelievable. So, if you were at the Blind Borough, and even if you weren't, still, thanks for supporting us. Tonight was fucking epic. And job's not finished, John. 1 down, 3 to go. Job's not finished. Now best of 5 series.
That's exactly what it is. A little bit like that Dodgers series. The Padres took home field from the Dodgers, and the thing never got back to San Diego. Neither of us envisioned that. I don't see this series being decided in the next 3 games. I'd be happy to be wrong if the Padres win the next 3 games. In Philadelphia. I think it's coming back to San Diego. I think we'd all like to see the Padres get it back to San Diego if it comes back with a 3-2 lead. But I don't know if it's coming back to San Diego without this comeback. I think if you trail by 2 games, and if you're going to Philadelphia and they need to win 2 out of 3 to go to the World Series and they don't want to come back, then I think it's entirely different. But now it feels like maybe you do have the edge. Yeah, they've got the home field, but you have Joe Musgrove, who hasn't yet pitched in the series and could still pitch twice. Game 3 and Game 7. They don't have Joe Musgrove. They have Ranger Suarez, who has had a nice year. But they've used their 2 aces, and it feels like the Padres have 3 at times, and they haven't yet used their 3rd.
Right. And if you want to argue, you can argue that your best pitcher is pitching on Friday. You could argue that. Joe Musgrove's been amazing in this postseason. Yu Darvish has been amazing as well. That's their 1-2 punch, and Blake Snell in between that is a good mix, right? It's a good mix to have Darvish 1, Snell 2, Musgrove 3. Because
I agree.
You're like, wait, game 3 is Joe Musgrove? Like, what? So now it's a best of 5. You had to win today. I'm sorry if you did not win. This series is not coming back here, and the Padres are not winning this series. Like that's just what happened here. So now best of 5. I do not envision this for either team ending in Philadelphia. I think we're going to be back here for a game 6 with one team up 3-2, and hopefully it's the Padres.
That's exactly right. Hopefully it is the Padres. Let's get to some of these supers. There's a zillion things to get into. I mean, just the 30,000-foot view is this. Snell is nickeled and dimed to death. Could have been chased in the 2nd inning. Somehow went 5. It's Brandon Drury and Josh Bell that get you back into a game. It's Juan Soto that had a moment as part of a 5-run inning. But again, it's Drury, Bell, Kim, Nola. That's how you win, right, with everyone. And then the bullpen's the bullpen. So a team win for the Padres in come-from-behind fashion. Very impressively. The Phillies had blown just 2 4-run leads in postseason history in their franchise's history, and today was the 3rd, and a big win for the Padres. Christopher, thank you.
Christopher,
for the super. And for your membership. He says, go Padres. Nola's worst outing of the year. It may have been.
Comes at the perfect time.
Yep, 6 runs, 4 2/3 innings. Hader, 8 consecutive strikeouts in the postseason. He's the first player or pitcher in baseball history to record 8 consecutive strikeouts in the postseason. Think about that. I mean, from feast or famine to feast for Hader over the last 6 weeks. But yeah, listen, when you're trailing Aaron Nola 4-0, and Nola has carved the Padres over parts of his career, and you're kind of facing elimination or at least staring at it, it's just that's all you need to know about the Padres season right now. To come back on Aaron Nola was really impressive.
And I said this today after on John and Jim that on San Diego Sports 760 is like, yes, the ultimate goal for the Phillies was to get a split. Sure. Obviously you want to take the first two. That's the dream. But, the goal was at worst you come home with a split. They got the goal. They got the split. But also if I'm the Phillies and I'm their fans, I'm still like, I didn't like that because you had a 4-0 lead in game 2.
It's a pretty big lead.
That's a big lead in the postseason with your ace on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
And you have these guys on the ropes. They had one hit yesterday. You go out to a 4-0 lead with that inning in the second inning.
The inning from hell.
You score 5 runs in this game, and you have your ace on the mound. You expect to win. So if you could look at it both ways, and I think both are true. Yes, if you're Philadelphia, you're satisfied that you got the split, but you're also kicking yourself because you had a real opportunity here to go up 2-0 and really put your foot on the Padres' throat, and you didn't do that today. And the Padres fought back and had an incredible bounce back win.
If the shoe was on the other foot, to your point, Jim, if the Padres won game 1 in Philadelphia and led game 2 4-0 behind Blake Snell, we would be up in arms right now. If Snell could not hold that. And if you were that well positioned to go up 2-0, and you'd be very concerned because you'd say, you know what? Well, the Phillies, they're coming here, but this Phillies lineup is legitimate. You just gave them a game, and you could have won that series essentially in the second game, but you gave them life. And that's where the Padres are right now. They have more than life. I mean, I think from a starting pitching perspective, you like where the Padres are at. These two teams are fairly similarly matched, it appears, and that's played out over the first 2 games of this series. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you for support of this channel. Thank you, Jared, as well, for your support as a mod, as a member, as a super contributor. If you guys want to contribute tonight, click the $ in the chat box down below. Padres come back and win 8-5 today at Petco on a 91-degree day. Downtown San Diego. Jared saying my buddy from Wisconsin said that he has never seen Hader hit 100. And the Hader looks like vintage MVP Cy Young Hader, what everyone said he was. Well, he's been completely reinvented in a Padres uniform. I know that.
Here's a couple things with Josh Hader. A lot of credit goes to Ruben Niebla.
No doubt.
Okay. For when they shut Hader down after Hader just could not find the strike zone, they tweaked something, and whatever they tweaked, it worked. Secondly, the amount of confidence that Josh Hader has right now, through the fucking roof.
Mm-hmm.
So you pair those two things together, good mechanics, and your confidence is like, dude, no one's hitting me.
Good combo.
Very good combo. And you needed Josh Hader. If you're going to make a postseason run, going through the teams that you're going to have to go through, you need a lights out closer. And this is exactly why AJ Preller made this trade, for these moments, to have a guy that, guess what? You give him the ball in the 9th inning, it's over. It's done.
Remember in August, like, he was getting no swings and misses. He was getting no strikeouts. And you're like, what is up? Mm-hmm. They put him on the mound on that random day in San Francisco with a 1-run lead. I'll be the first to say, I was like, what on earth are you doing? It worked out, and slowly but surely he's built up confidence. He's been able to get ahead. He's throwing strikes. He's throwing hard. Like you said, mechanically something has switched. Credit Ruben Niebla and this organization. And listen, this is like trade deadline day, Jim. Drury and Bell.
Are you on like 2-bit internet right now?
I don't know. Probably. I see this. It'll come back. But this is like trade deadline day.
8-bit John.
I don't know. I'm like Mario Kart. I've been drinking Mango Kart, so maybe that's why.
Been drinking a lot of Mango Kart, yeah.
So this is trade deadline day because Drury and Bell are the reason you get back in it. Soto has a big moment with the RBI double that ties the score, and then Hader picks up a save. So this is like AJ Preller day. This is what he dreamed of when he put his head on the pillow for 60 minutes a night in July. This is what he dreamed of.
Well, here's the thing, too. When you make trades at the trade deadline, you make them because those guys, you want them to perform. You don't make trades just to have guys just be here. Like, they're brought in for a reason. Josh Hader brought here for a reason. Juan Soto brought here for a reason. Brandon Drury brought here for a reason. Josh Bell brought here for a reason. All brought here to contribute and help this team not only win postseason games, but win a World Series. And you're right. Tonight, or today, more or less, today,
The longest day ever.
Was the AJ Preller victory lap game. Job's not finished, right? Job's not finished at all. But the trades that he made all contributed in a massive, massive way today.
Yeah, no, they did. They did. We'll see who cares about 2023. I see some people talking about Drury. Should he be back?
Don't care.
But I mean, Drury has been a nice little addition. Has it been amazing in the postseason? No, he doesn't play every day, but he's had a couple of big moments, as has Josh Bell. Has it been amazing? No, but he's had some big moments. Jared, thank you again for this super. He says, okay, so looking ahead to Game 3 Friday. Called for 5 innings from Musgrove Friday. 2 runs in Philadelphia, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. I mean, this is a very good, competent hitting lineup that the Phillies have. 5 innings, 2 runs, I think puts you in a position where you can win a game. I like to think you get 6 potentially out of Joe Musgrove, but I think if Musgrove allows just 2 runs, certainly the Padres could be in position to win.
And the thing about the Padres on the road is they're a completely different team. And I would expect some runs to be scored in Philadelphia. For both teams. This is not going to be
hitting ballpark.
You're not going to see a 2-1 games. You're not going to see a 2-0 4 hits combined game like you saw in Game 1. You're going to see some runs, and I feel good about the Padres offense on the road. Very good about the offense on the road. I think Joe Musgrove's the type of guy, like, if he gives up 3 runs, he's going to bear down and give you at least 6. Like, he's that type of guy that is going to never give in. I feel the same way about you, Darvish. I'm glad that Blake Snell is not pitching on the road. That to me,
I agree with that.
Is a disaster waiting to happen. So I think you have the right guys going, and I don't know what they're going to do Game 4, but I also don't know what the Phillies are going to do Game 4. So it's not like they're throwing Aaron Nola Game 4 and you have a bullpen day, or Zach Wheeler Game 4 and you have a bullpen day. This is going to be kind of an even match on Saturday with both teams presumably going bullpen.
All right, as you get in here, please make sure to subscribe if you're a Padres fan. If you're in here live, make sure to let people know that we are here live with you for the next hour or so. Make sure to share this on social media. What a night for Padres fans. I mean, just incredible day and night. Padres are even in the series. Subscribe, smash the like button, follow us on Twitter, become a member by clicking join, and thank you for your support of this channel by clicking the $ down below. Like Jared and like 619 Cam, our loyal viewer and member. Thank you, Cam. He says, great comeback and grit from Snell and the team. LFGSD, and we're not done. # Go Padres. I will say this about Snell. Said it today on the radio. I feel as if tonight's unsung hero is Blake Snell, who threw 37 pitches in the second inning. If he doesn't get that final out in that exact spot, he's gone. They had action up in their bullpen. He would have gone an inning and 2/3, and you lose the game. And maybe you put your bullpen so behind the 8 ball that you're losing future games as well. But he somehow gets out of this inning from hell. That was not his fault, by the way. If this inning plays out 100 times, only one of those 100 would 4-run score, and that was today.
Yeah.
And he then proceeds to get through 5 innings. He would have gone through 6. There started the 6th inning, Jim, if not for that 34-minute 5th inning where the Padres scored 5 runs. But I don't know if it was Blake Snell's finest hour in a Padres uniform. He's had some brilliant outings. He's taken no-hitters into 7th and 8th innings.
He's not gone Game 6 World Series versus the Dodgers in 2020 yet.
No, he hasn't. But in terms of like giving the team exactly what they needed to put themselves in a position to win, he did that, getting out of the second inning and giving them 3 scoreless innings afterwards.
Right. Like, I completely agree with you. I thought Blake Snell pitched well today. I think, like you said, if you replay the second inning, 100 times.
How many times did 4-run score?
I don't know. If you replay the second inning 10 times, 4-run score only once.
I think there's sometimes that inning nobody scores.
Maybe if you have better
the
defense,
exit velocity is low and blah blah blah.
Yeah, if you have better defense and if the BABIP in that inning was ridiculous. It was like balls off the bat were like 72 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, like 87 miles an hour. Like everything was a dink and dunk.
Yep.
And the Juan Soto experience in right field showed up. I think the sun obviously was to blame for that. I do not blame Juan Soto one bit for missing that ball in right field. You go out there and try to make that catch.
Yeah. The sun is impossible. The sun's kind of like a big deal. Heats the world.
It's a little bit of a big deal.
No, maybe more than that. What else does it heat? The universe or something? I don't know.
The Galaxy.
I'm a baseball guy. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It heats the Galaxy. It's I heard it's
So
hot.
it's big.
It's big. Yeah, that's what she said. And
And you can't even look at it.
no, so
Not supposed to.
I'm okay with that. It's fine. It's just an unlucky situation there.
It was completely unlucky.
But Juan Soto did make a couple things today very interesting, and the one was a throwing error, which advances a runner in the postseason, giving extra 90 feet. You can't do that. So that's a problem. And then his routes that he takes in the outfield, sometimes you're like, wait, what? So a little bit of an experience in the outfield, but he made up for it because he got that RBI double to tie the game in the 5th inning.
No, listen, he's never going to be a great defender. He's just not. The Sun ball has nothing to do with being a good or bad defender. He literally lost the ball in the sun, which happens routinely in baseball day games. Is a high sun, 90-degree day, sun directly overhead.
Yeah, there's a reason why they don't play 130 games.
It sucks.
Yeah, in October.
It happened. The profile ball that inning, I have no clue what he was doing. He froze on it. Maybe it had to do with the sun. He got a terrible read.
Terrible read.
Yeah. So that ball should have been caught. Brandon Drury should have gotten out of the inning by starting a double play, but he completely muffed the thing, got only one out. It was a really bad inning, yet the Padres still somehow came back and won the game. To their credit. So thank you, Cam. Thank you, Vector, as well, for the super. He says, the win you need to go to Philly confidently. No doubt. No doubt. It feels like, even though it's 1-1, like Jim said, I think if you're the Phillies, you're thinking, well, 1-1. We stole home field and we got to split on the road. That's the goal. But, I feel like the Padres have just as much momentum and confidence as the Phillies because of the way this game played out here today, overcoming the 4-run deficit.
And you made a good point. I didn't even think about this. If you're the Padres in that situation, Padres take game 1, you feel fucking amazing, right? Like, holy shit, we just took game 1 versus their ace on the road. Boom, we got home field. Let's go. But then if you go up 4-0 in that following game, and then you lose that game kind of going away, really, you don't feel so great anymore. Even though you're going home, you're like,
we'd be losing our minds
because you had a golden opportunity to take a 2-0 lead
series.
And to really, let's be real here, win the series because you're not losing the next 5 games. It feels that way. This was a huge fucking win for the Padres.
It was. Season, again, was kind of on the line, and now the series is even up at a game apiece, and it's a best of 5, like we're all talking about. And everyone has been saying they think it's going to be a long series. That doesn't always mean it plays out that way, but at this point, I think everyone would be surprised if it did not get back to San Diego.
I'd be surprised.
Game 6.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if this thing doesn't go 6.
Yep. Eric, thank you for the super. Says hashtag LFGSD, no doubt. How about that Machado home run? So they led 7-4. Machado had 3 hits in this game. He was a triple shy of the cycle. He launched a solo home run.
Is that a good game?
It's a really good game. He hit that ball majestically out to left center field. He plays good defense. He did strike out in that spot, but then Drury picked him up in that 5-run inning. But Manny Machado's got a 1,000 OPS in the postseason, which is higher than what he had in the regular season.
He's hit a home run in every single postseason series for the Padres in his career, dating back to 2020, which is 5 now. You got the wild card division. So he's hit a home run in every single series that he's played with the Padres in the postseason. I want to say he's matched now the most extra base hits for a Padres player in the history of the franchise.
In a postseason, you're saying?
In a postseason.
It makes sense because now you have the extended postseasons. How often did you play 3 or 4 rounds? Back in the day, there were only 2 rounds in 98.
A double today, home run. I would have to go back and look at that. But Manny is coming through. He had a little bit of a slow start in the wild card round, and he had a slow finish to the season. But he has turned into a massive threat for the Padres right now. And it's kind of like Bryce Harper for the Phillies. Bryce Harper, every time you go to the plate, you're like, oh, he's in 400.
That's so hot right now.
Harper,
I will say
the hell out of me.
I will say this. Suarez comes on, allows the first run of the year at Petco for Robert Suarez. Okay?
Fine with it.
He's allowed 1 run. It was the solo home run to Rhys Hoskins. But now all of a sudden it's a game. It's 8-5. You're worried. The next batter, whomever it was, we were out in the left field bleachers at that time.
It was it?
No, because Harper grounded his double play. So that's going to be my point. So who batted in front of Harper?
Real Muto?
Maybe it's Real Muto.
I think it's Schwarber, Hoskins, Real Muto, Harper, and then
it's Real Muto. I have it here.
Yeah, it's Real Muto. Yeah.
So he rips a hard hit single through the right side. All of a sudden, they're a base runner away from bringing the tying run to the plate, and there's nobody out. It's 8-5, runner on, Harper's up. Harper's hitting 420 this postseason, and he gets Harper to hit into a ground ball 6-4-3 double play.
Which was not an easy play, by the way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't hit very sharply, and Kim started it really well. But like that was a massive moment because home run single for Harper there, and if Harper reaches, the tying runs at the plate with nobody out, and for him to spin that 6-4-3 double play was spectacular.
Right. Again, was not an easy play, but Manny made it look easy because that's how good he is defensively.
Oh, was it Manny that started or Kim?
It was Manny that started it because they had to shift on Harper, and I think so Harper's trying to go the other way, and luckily Harper didn't push it far enough to the third base line. Manny's there; he has to go to his right to pick that ball, and then go back to throw it across his body to Kim, and then Kim turning it and getting Harper at first. Massive double play, and honestly, I'm fine with the Suarez home run or the home run that he gave up to Rhys Hoskins because I'm a big jinx guy, and so if you tell me in a big situation that Robert Suarez has given up a run at home all year long and you have a 1-run lead, I freak the fuck out. So I rather have that happen in a 4-run lead than a tie game or a 1-run lead in game 6.
Yep, they survived it. They did. Lance, thank you, man. Thank you for support of this channel and our radio show. Thank you for your membership as well. We really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the supers. Click the $ in the chat box if you want to interact. Padres over the Phillies, 8-5, game 2 of the National League Championship Series. He says, critical moment. Austin's hit off his brother Aaron. That set the crowd off and set up the 5-run inning. Aaron was really rattled. You could absolutely make that case. And I would say this to take it further. It was a hit and run with Kim going on the pitch. Because how does Kim score from first on a single from Austin Nola? Well, he just never stopped. And it was beautiful base running. Perfect. And it was hit perfectly into the gap where, it's only a single, but he scores all the way from first. And just like that, it was a 4-3 game and the wheels were in motion for the big inning.
Yep, it was beautifully executed. Honestly, if you want to do like a instructional video of how to do a hit and run, that's it right there. That's
it. That's like the Tom Amansky video. That's like in the dictionary hit and run. They're showing that.
Literally take the ball to the right side in the gap on a hit and run. Boom. Perfect.
No doubt. Lance, great point. Really great point. It was a huge moment, a critical moment in the game with their parents watching, by the way. One of them wearing a Phillies jersey, the other a Padres jersey.
He's like,
yeah, I mean,
he's like, I want to root for him, but I can't because it's
you get son. It when you have kids. It's like that. I mean, that's like your heart and soul on the field. So like one is ecstatic and the other is like, their heart was ripped out of them. I mean, that's an interesting situation to be put in as a parent. It's just imagine that you're a parent and your 2 sons are scoring off in the National League Championship Series. What? I mean, it's never happened in the history of the world.
Yeah, it's
and there they are.
Also, too, by the how amazing has Austin Nola been in this postseason?
Oh my gosh, calling games, clutch hitting, playing every inning defensively, right?
There's no way you give him an off day here, right? You can't. I know it's 5 straight games, but dude, come on, you can't.
I wouldn't think so. I'd be surprised. I think he would say no to it. I mean, this guy, we were critical. I mean, after the trade, you're like, well, what has this guy done? I'll tell you what he's done. He catches a damn good pitching staff, a rotation that top 3 is elite, and he's coming through in the postseason. So that's what he's done.
He's been amazing. Andrew, he's been great.
He's been great. We're going to tell you about Mark Nimitz in a moment, our title sponsor, and all of our partners. Thank you for your support of our partners. Thank you guys for hanging out live or on replay. Padres win tonight in the National League Championship Series. Andrew, thank you. He says, I've been as big of a Preller critic as anyone, but outside of all of his trades, no one really talks about his 3 signings. Okay, you say Asian League. There's KBO. There's Nippon Professional Baseball League. So his acquisitions of players that were playing professionally in Asia. Kim Martinez, who I want to say was in the NPB, Nippon in Japan. Suarez, who I want to say was in Nippon, not Korea. We wouldn't be anywhere without them. I mean, Suarez is obviously like the signing of signings.
So
Martinez has been is so versatile as a
He's been
starter
very
and
good.
reliever, a 6th-inning guy, a 9th-inning guy, and he's like everything. And Ha-Seong Kim in his second year has really come into his own. And, oh, by the way, you had to have it because of what happened with Fernando Tatis Jr. this year.
It's taken longer for Ha-Seong Kim to really kind of blossom, right? And I think that's just like because you got to get acclimated to American League base or American baseball. Martinez has been great all season long, and Suarez has been great all season long. So yeah, you're right. Preller, he's done a great job with his signings, and they've all come through, and they've had moments. Kim, where would this team be without Ha-Seong Kim this year? Are you kidding me? He's like the fan favorite of all fan favorites. The freaking team loves this team. Not only loves him, but the fan base loves him.
Right.
I mean, the Ha-Seong Kim chants there in the 5th inning were deafening.
I mean, he started it. Remember the other day against the Dodgers, Profar starts it. Like, these are the others we're talking about. Andrew, it's a great point. But, it's Ha-Seong Kim. I mean, he's not a 900 OPS guy. He's a
750 OPS guy.
He's 2 years removed from being in the KBO, which is Double-A baseball, and now he's playing in a big postseason game with your season on the line against Aaron Nola, and he starts your inning by singling sharply.
I mean,
it's a huge
fucking
moment.
Rocket, by the way. That was a rocket off the bat.
Yep.
Remember when Kim couldn't hit a fastball if his life depended on it last year?
Yeah, last year. I do. B-Town KJ, thank you for the super. He says, watch from work this morning. What a comeback. Hater continues to come up big each outing this postseason LFGSD. Not sure where you are, B-Town KJ, if you're watching this morning.
I like that logo. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a very, very cool logo. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for support of this channel. We're going to get right back to the supers, guys, in a moment. Right back to the conversations as well. But first, please, if you support this channel, make sure to support Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. We got some Mark Nimitz shout-outs down at
we really did.
People were yelling,
Mark Nimitz,
the GOAT, and shout out Mark Nimitz.
Yeah.
Listen, he's an amazing insurance agent, and he's a massive Padres fan, and he loves this team like you all do as well, and we all do right now. Auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. He can save you $750. Take it from me. He's an amazing insurance agent. I have my homeowners and my earthquake insurance through Mark, and he can save you all that money. If you ever have a claim like I did within the last, 5 months, 4 months, he can save you literally thousands of dollars. He made the process easy and simple. He saved us so much time and money. Saved us thousands. I'm not kidding. He saved us thousands of dollars on our claim here in my place. So listen, if you've got auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance needs, if you want to talk Padres baseball, if you support this channel and want to support a local business, give Mark a call tomorrow. Talk about the Padres. Congratulate him on this season. Talk shop. Talk insurance. If you have a renewal going on, you can renew your auto or your life, whatever it is. Before you just send that thing back or click auto renew, call Mark. We'll save you $750. There's a link down below. He's been with us since day one. We don't get this channel off the ground without the support of Mark. So thank you, Mark, so much for your support. Check out his website. There's a link down below.
Yeah, all his information's above my head. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Sorry about the 8-bit internet. It'll get better in a moment. Trust the process. Andrew Moyers, thank you for your super. Says Kim scoring from first on Nola's single was amazing. What's this? Hi, Chilla. Didn't John live in Philly? I did. Absolutely, Andrew. Absolutely. I was born in Philadelphia. That is an accurate statement.
John, how could you do that?
How could you be born somewhere else? If you ever want to run through the whole thing with me, I'd be happy to do it. But if you listen to me or watch me on the Wrap-Up Show,
you should hate your mother for that.
The funny thing is, it's funny. It actually rubs a lot of my friends from home the wrong way. I'm like, where my allegiances are now. I mean, my son was born in San Diego. We're going to retire in San Diego.
Yeah,
I want to be here for the entirety of my career. If you have any questions on my allegiances, I'd be surprised if you've watched or listened over the last handful of years. Vince, thank you. He says, yo, thanks for taking a selfie with me after the game. Vince, what's going on, man?
Thank you,
dude. That was awesome. Live on the radio. LOL, my bad. Not your bad at all.
That makes good, dude.
Fun.
It was a giant shit show, and we embraced it.
That's what we want. Embrace the shit show.
Yeah.
Huge for Snell to give up 4 and not give up from that point on. Warrior LFGSD. Yeah. I'm with you, Vince. We've been talking about that. You're right.
Yeah. Obviously you're not going to take away the second inning, but his first, every single inning after that, Blake Snell was lights out.
He was. And thank you, Vince. Great to see you downtown. Thank you for coming out to the Blind Borough. Gaucho JD. What's that?
Am I like freezing? Can you hear me though?
You're fine, I think, maybe. I can hear you and see you. You might be freezing a little. I blame Padres fans around the internet celebrating tonight.
Whoa.
Gaucho is a loyal viewer and listener. He says, will John down a cheesesteak if the Padres win games 3 through 5? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a vegan, kind of. Vegetarian. I've had some calamari the last couple of days.
Nachos.
Yeah, I mean, if they win this series, I'm down. We can go get cheesesteaks, right? Let's put that on social. I'm down. I'll eat cheesesteaks if the Padres win this series, and I'm sure Jim will too.
Yeah. I will 100%. Well,
that's because you would just eat a cheesesteak.
I would literally just eat a cheesesteak to eat a cheesesteak because they're freaking amazing.
So yeah, I'm down. Absolutely. Thank you for the super. Evan, thank you. He says LFGSD, time to go put another crack in that Liberty Bell. Man, listen, going to Philadelphia, they have not had home playoff games since 2011 before this year. It's a lightning in a bottle team like the Padres, I think. They're playing their best baseball right now. They've got boppers in their lineup. I kind of refer to them as they're like a little bit like a beer league softball team, or like a church league softball team. They just want to hit the ball really far and really hard. And when it's good, it's good. And when it's not, it's not. But yeah, crowd's going to be jacked up like it's been in San Diego the last couple of days. But I don't think it's a huge factor for the Padres, who have actually played just as well, like you talked about, on the road.
Yeah, you can't tell me that. I mean, New York on the road, LA
Dodger
on the road
Stadium,
versus the Dodgers on the road. Like, yeah, Philadelphia is going to be crazy for sure. But I'm not worried about them not scoring runs on the road. I have confidence they'll score runs on the road for sure.
Yeah. Like you said, let's put another crack in the Liberty Bell. I do like that. Yeah. Brian, thank you for your super. He says with No Joe on Friday, a clutch bullpen on Saturday, and Darvish on regular rest, San Diego has a decent chance to advance on the road. It would be doing some serious work because Zach Wheeler's in there. You're on the road for 3 games. But is it – we talked about it today on the radio. Like, is it possible? Of course it is. Of course it's possible. Is it probable? I mean, you and I both think this series will be longer than 5 games, but I do like where the Padres sit currently, tied at 1 going to Philadelphia.
If they win 3 on the road, Padres,
the World Series off, yeah. No, that's
the next time we're at Petco Park's game 3.
Jesus, the Padres have a 2-0 lead on the Yankees.
One game at a time. Jesus,
or the Astros. You okay?
Breathe. No, I can't.
What's wrong with
you?
I'm
not.
Jesus, I remember my first margarita.
I remember my first time breathing too. Win game 3. That's all that matters right now. Game 3 is all that matters. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's so many highs and lows. Like, you win game 3, cloud 9. You lose game 3, like, oh my gosh. It kind of feels quasi must win with game 4 being a bullpen day, to be honest.
Well, also too, like, I don't know where they're either going to go Clevenger, are they going to go Manaea, or are they going to go just straight opener? What are they going to do? I don't know.
I don't know either. Ishmael, thank you, man. Thank you for the super. Appreciate it, guys. Great way to contribute and support this channel. Click the $ down below. We truly appreciate your support of this channel. Subscribe, like this video, follow us at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Become a member, click join, and we appreciate all the supers. We get to all of the supers all night long. He says, hey, guys, I loved how Bob Melvin switched the lineup one day to the next. Drury has to be a starter. Thoughts? It was good to get Drury and Bell in there and see him contribute. 5 hits, 5 RBIs. Myers came off the bench, came on late as a defensive replacement at first for Drury. But, I mean, Melvin looks like a magician today with his lineup.
And we fucking destroyed Josh Bell and Brandon Drury last night. Like, eviscerated Josh Bell. Like, that swing is the worst swing ever.
They've struggled. Yeah.
Right. They've struggled, and that's baseball, right? You come out today and Josh Bell and Brandon Drury led the charge. And it's like, okay, great. So that's a very good sign to see those guys going. And we talked about this before game 1 or after game 1. It's like, it's weird because Josh Bell has these amazing numbers versus the Phillies this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of, today, what was he, 2 for 4? 3 for 4?
No, he had 3 hits.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So
now, by the way, we both missed it. Did he lay down a bunt on the left side? We just saw the ball rolling on the left side. Was that a bunt?
I don't think it was. I think it was one of those
swinging
bunts. Yeah, there's no fucking way he's bunting.
No, I didn't think so either. There's nobody on the left side.
No.
But we missed it. We just saw the ball rolling. Like, what happened?
But he had, the home run obviously was a freaking
That was
majestic
a
blast.
bomb.
It wasn't like Schwarber's
No, it
home
wasn't
run the other day.
Schwarber's, but it was hit so high.
So high. And then the ball that he hit to add on to the lead in the 5th inning, he didn't even see it off the bat. He thought he fouled it off, and it went down the right field, around down the first base line. You see that?
I did.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Thank you, Degenerate Padre, who has been out at a lot of these remotes.
Yes.
Loyal viewer, supporter, listener. I saw him on the concourse, by the way, today as well in the press level.
Saw everybody. Saw
before the
Esteban on the
game.
concourse. Like,
I know.
crazy.
He says this game definitely top last Friday for me is my favorite game to go to this year. So Friday was game 3 against the Dodgers, that 2-1 win. Good to see you guys, the Burrow and Petco last 2 days. Great to see you. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is an amazing game to attend. I mean, it
We'll
really
be
was
at,
because you have all the emotions.
We'll be at Fair Play on Friday. And
yeah, you got to get there. Rules are rules. If you've been to Fair Play so far, you need to join us. And if you haven't been there, the rules are you need to join us.
Yes.
North Park, centrally located, 4:37 start. Join us. Friday
great
afternoon.
Beer.
And Saturday.
Great food.
Novo.
Just a great atmosphere. I had a blast watching game 1 versus the Mets there, and then game 2 versus the Dodgers. It was so much fun. And then we're going to be at Novo in the South Bay on Saturday.
Saturday afternoon.
What time are we there? 2?
I'm not sure of the exact times. The first pitch time, Jim, is 4:45. So maybe in the neighborhood of like 2 to 4, 2 to 5, somewhere in that vicinity.
Right.
Later that night, San Diego Sports 760 will have Aztec football at 7:30. But we will be at Novo broadcasting live on the radio for a couple of hours Saturday afternoon. So thank you again, Degenerate Padre. Thank you again, Gaucho JD, loyal viewer and listener who hangs out with us as well on remotes. He says that 5th inning was a clinic in hitting by the Padres, swinging for contact, not for the fences. An amazing inning.
Because that's the thing is, like, in the first inning especially, like, swing the bat, guys. Like last night, like, taking these one pitch at bats. No. Get in accounts where you have leverage and swing the fucking bat. And getting the ball in play matters. There was too many strikeouts last night. Too many. And too much weak contact. And today, they hit Nola hard. And they couldn't do that the last time they faced Nola. They fucking raked today against Nola. Every single ball, it felt like was 100 miles off the bat. And I guarantee you, if you go back and look,
there were a lot.
A majority of them were.
There were like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
We did on the radio. I almost have to. I mean, this 5th inning, I'm going to read through it real quick. I have to do it.
Yeah.
Kim single, Grisham fly out, Nola single on the hit and run. Profar single, Nola to third. Okay, it's a 4-3 game. Soto double to right. Nola scores, Profar to third. You're tied at 4. Now, Machado strikes out swinging. Okay. This is where Rob Thompson will be second guessed for forever if the Phillies don't win this series, or even tonight on Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio. He went to Brad Hand for Aaron Nola, despite the fact that Nola had owned Cronenworth in the first 2 plate appearances. So Hand gets Cronenworth, and he hits him. And then Drury takes advantage next batter. He singles. That scores 2 at 6-4. Then Bell singles at 7-4. Then they get Andrew Body. Kim walks. And then Grisham, in a pretty good at bat, actually. He swung at a 3-1 ball, but he was called out on strikes. But 11 batters, I think, to the plate in the inning, 3 different pitchers. And it was just like, pass the baton, keep the thing moving. And they've done that a couple of times this postseason, including against the Dodgers.
Yeah, taking out Nola there was a mistake. If we're doing a Phillies wrap-up show, we're destroying Rob Thompson for that.
Oh, my God, you kill him.
Just killing him. Obviously the game was still tied, but you can't. For a guy,
yeah, he's got to get that batter.
Cronenworth's at bats versus Nola today were horrific. and you bring in Brad. I mean, Brad Hand's a Padre for life. I mean,
he really is.
Thank you, Brad Hand. Appreciate it.
But there's a couple of problems with what Thompson's thinking there. He goes all in on Hand to get Cronenworth, but 3-batter minimum. If you don't get Cronenworth, now you get a lefty killer in Drury. So, like, you have to get Cronenworth by going to Hand in that spot, and he didn't. So it immediately backfires. And then Drury makes him pay. And, in retrospect, I'm sure if he had it to do over again, he keeps Aaron Nola on the mound for Jake Cronenworth.
Yep.
Thank you, Sandy, for the super. It says, put the ball in play, let their defense bury them. Not like the Padres play good defense here today, but there's no question the Phillies defense leaves a lot to be desired. And the more contact you have, the better you're off. I mean, game one, they nearly gifted the Padres a ninth inning rally. That Soto ball that was misplayed.
Yeah, and then today you're like wondering yourself, wait, I thought the Phillies were the one with the bad defense. I think over a long series, you'll see that impact the series maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Just because today you're looking at who's playing third base for the Phillies. Like defensively, are you kidding me? I mean, not even close to what Manny Machado brings defensively for the Padres.
No,
who's their third baseman for the Phillies? Yeah,
Alec Bohm. He's not a good defensive player at all. No, they're I mean, it's let them down this year. That's a big storyline with the Phillies. They can hit. They've got frontline starting pitching. Their bullpen at times this year has been awful. Recently, it's been very good.
I mean, when you have Schwarber and Castellanos in center field for you, like without Brandon Marsh, I mean, their outfield defense is just horrific.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They're just trying to outscore people.
And, they're just trying to slug.
Exactly. So run it back. Thank you for the super. He says, I think I would start Martinez game 4. What do you guys think? His stuff plays to righties and lefties. I mean, he would be an opener. He did go 2 innings here today. Could he give you 2 innings as an opener? Absolutely. I mentioned it today on the radio. In fact, I mentioned Martinez, Garcia potentially for 2 innings. I wouldn't be scared to use an opener and then get to someone like Mike Clevenger, once the game is started.
Yeah, I don't know if they would do that with Martinez. I think they like Martinez more in like a get out of jam 6-7, 5-6 type of guy to like bridge the gap to Garcia, Suarez, Hader.
Yeah,
I think they like him the guy to bridge. He's the bridge. So I don't think they would start him.
And then Manaea's on this active roster, right?
Yeah. So you would think that either Manaea or Clevenger starting.
Yeah, I mean, Manaea, the last time they shut him down for a couple of weeks, he came back with higher velocities and was somewhat more effective. I mean, if you needed him one time through the order with higher velocities, maybe you try that.
And maybe just because in the lineup, you got would you say the 2 scariest people in that lineup are Schwarber and Harper?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's even close. I mean, they've got I think Segura and Hoskins are great hitters. I really do. But yeah, Harper and Schwarber scare the hell out of you.
Right. So with that being said, I maybe you go Manaea.
You know what? I'll say this though: the problem with Manaea is that the Phillies kill left-handed pitching. I think Jesse Agler said it today, or someone said that they're like the second best hitting team in baseball against lefties, and that was a concern obviously today as well.
I don't know, John. Whatever they want to do, whatever they do, it's fine. Like I'm whatever they do, I'm not going to be like, well, I should have done this. You know what I mean? Like it's not one of those situations.
Yeah, but I think I would be surprised. I don't know. I think I'd be surprised if they went with a left-handed starter and show Manaea, but we'll see. Eric, thank you for your membership.
Oh, thanks, Eric.
Appreciate that, man.
Appreciate it, dude.
Really do appreciate that.
Welcome to the family.
I like this idea, by the way, from Shaka Kyle, who says, we love the rally goose, but where's the rally sleeping bird on John's dinner table? See, it happened so long ago
right?
That, just hasn't gotten the same love.
It's a part of the year. That happened this year.
Yes, somehow. I don't know when.
The book whenever the book is written on this season, holy shit.
Yeah, I know. God.
Jesus.
You're not kidding. Will, thank you for your support of this channel. As always, appreciate the super as well. Major credit to Bomel for starting Drury and Bell today. Also, shout out to Snell for keeping his cool after that ugly inning, LFGSD. How Snell got through 5 innings is one of the great accomplishments. It's like it's amazing. It's like the 8th wonder of the world. I didn't think he was going to make it out of the 2nd inning. I didn't think he'd make it out. Like after that, I'm thinking maybe 3 innings, maybe 4, and he gets 5 innings and could have started 6th inning. If not for that long 5th inning by the Padres.
Start the 6th inning.
It was unbelievable.
He was going to start that 6th inning if
it wasn't 40 minutes.
Right. Thanks, Will, for the super. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying, but Drury and Bell, and I don't know how much of that is Melvin and how much of that is AJ Preller in the front office. But I mean,
yeah, I think honestly, you start Drury and Bell, and if they go over today, everyone's like killing Bob Melvin. You know what I mean?
Know. I
So
know.
the players making a lot of times the players make the manager look really fucking smart.
And dumb.
That's in every sport, or dumb, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy started, he went 4 for 4 today. The manager's amazing, but if you went over 4, it's like the manager's stupid. Like the players are the ones that make Bob Melvin look smart for, starting.
We're going to get right back to the supers in the chat in a moment. If you want to support this channel with the super, just click the $ in the chat box down below. If you want to become a member, you can click the join button down below as well. Please subscribe if you're here. Please let people know we're live right now on YouTube on the wrap-up show. Padres over the Phillies in Game 2. Again, final of 5-3. I do want to tell you about our partner here on the wrap-up show. In addition to Mark Nimitz, also our good buddy Will at Aura, who we've been talking to all night long, Jim. Will is a native San Diegan and a huge Padres fan. They've got offices right here in Liberty Station. You can get 30% off your first order, and you can support this channel by going to ora.organic or clicking the link down below in YouTube. Click Build Your Routine right here, highlighted in green. 30% off your first order. They've got amazing products. I take a probiotic literally every single day. I have it auto-renew. It's sent to me every single month, and I take it every single day for digestion and a million other reasons. They've got proteins for after workouts. They have pre-workout supplements, omega-3 oils, sleep pills, and immunity pills, and so much more. Check out their website, ora.organic, or click the link down below. If you're looking to support a local business that does business with us on the wrap-up show, shop and browse as you watch or after the show. Make sure to check them out. Great products, all plant-based. I kind of buried the lead. All plant-based, all healthy, all affordable, especially with the 30% off. Good for you or your spouse or your family or your friends. Thank you, Will. And again, if you're looking to get healthier, check him out at ora.organic.
Yeah, Will is definitely freaking out with us and all of you as well. He's living and dying on every single pitch. So please support Will, who is a sponsor and supporter of the wrap-up show, by going to www.aura.organic and just buying some products. Every single thing there will help you live a healthier lifestyle. So go there right now, build your routine. You get 30% off your first order. You will thank us later.
No doubt. Thank you again, Will, for your support. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Let's get back to the chat and these supers, like this one that rolled in from Zoe Hernandez. Thank you, Zoe.
What's up, Zoe?
Great meeting you guys Friday. Awesome to have you out. He says, like you guys said before, this team is built for the playoffs. Our main weakness is offense at home, and we've overcome that. And they kind of have. They won 2 games against the Dodgers at home.
Right.
They've
minus
split against the
game
Phillies.
Minus game 1 versus the Phillies. Like game 1 versus the Phillies. Didn't it kind of feel like now, like that was a definite hangover game?
It was a complete hangover game.
And you have to give credit to Zach Wheeler. That was he pitched his ass off, but I mean, dude, a lot of times the Padres are swinging at first pitches. Didn't even give a chance to get into good counts. It was a lot of first pitch swinging. So, yes, Zach Wheeler pitched fucking great. But the vibe of the game yesterday just felt like a hangover for the Padres.
It did. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Zoe, thank you. Andy, this is very kind. Can we get some clap emojis in the chat for Andy? Because this is very kind.
Thank you, Andy, man. We appreciate
it. Thank you so much, Andy. We do appreciate that. We appreciate the support of Padres fans. As you know, we do this basically night in and night out for Padres fans like Andy and like everyone here live or on replay. It says, nice meeting you both at the Blind Burrow yesterday. I don't even remember yesterday when we were there.
Yesterday was such a long time ago.
Thank you again for doing this show every night. Go Padres. Andy, that's amazing. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. Thank you for coming in here tonight and supporting this channel. Clap emojis for Andy. Listen, good vibes right now. Winning in compromised fashion. Downtown, if you weren't there, you could only imagine what it was like today.
Go to either my Twitter account or Sports SD on Instagram, or our Instagram page at John and Jim, or at John and Jim on Twitter, or your Twitter page, John. Like, the scene downtown, and I said it, just imagine what the city will be like if they win a World Series. Imagine if they win a World Series.
I can't imagine. Yeah, it's like, man, it's just like to get moments like this when it's been so long for the city, it's just so sweet. And again, like you said at the start, job's not finished. We all know it. Mission's not accomplished. One game does not make a series. Losing 4-1 in this series is not some grand accomplishment in the moment. But each of these are so sweet, and they're so few and far between. I mean, it's been 24 years since they've even been at this point that you just have to enjoy it. You have to dive in. I mean, you just got to go all in on this thing. And if it breaks your heart, it breaks your heart. That's called fandom. But if it's the right year and it's your time and it's lightning in a bottle, it's something you will remember forever. Ever.
Yeah, like, dude, in 5 years, like, we're going to be talking about, dude, remember game 2 of the NLCS? Remember game 1 of the NLCS? Remember game 1 of the New York Mets series in the wild card? Remember
I'll remember them all vividly.
Remember game 3 versus the Dodgers? Remember that? Like, we were downtown for that.
Let's do this quick. Game 1, Mets behind Darvish, get the home run from Bell, win. Game 2, lose to DeGrom. Game 3, win with Musgrove irrigate. Game 1, Dodgers beat, but you didn't get blown out. Game 2, you bounce back, get the amazing relief pitching, and you hold
Goose
on
game.
to win. Goose game. Game 3, 2-1 win. Hold on for dear life. Game 4, 5-run 7th inning.
Rain.
Game 1, Dodger hangover against the Phillies. You get 1 hit. Game 2 today. And so it's like, let's keep that going. We're going to remember these things.
Yep.
Andrew, thank you, man. He says, I went to the game, the Blind Borough, and listened to you guys on my drive home. That's amazing. You guys work hard.
Thanks,
Thank you
Andrew.
for saying that. Go Pods. 7 more to go, one at a time. Thank you, Andrew. Hope you enjoy. I know you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it today. Back to the Supers and Juan. Juan, thank you. He says, I wouldn't push Martinez to pitch multiple innings as a starter. Didn't anyone see the tape around his elbow? Interesting. He did go 2 innings today. I don't think they'd push him beyond 2 innings in any scenario.
Look, in the postseason, if anybody's feeling something, they're going to push through it, and they'll deal with the consequences later, unfortunately. But you're not going to not go out there. You're going to give everything you have. I didn't see the tape on Martinez's elbow. I don't know really what that is.
Right.
But he pitched fucking great today, so doesn't seem like it's a problem to me.
No, I agree with you. Thank you, Juan. Really do appreciate it. Shout out Parks and Normal. Okay.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So
show the hat.
Hold on one sec. So Vector, thank you for your support. So he says, which Padres hat is that, by the way, John? So look at this. This is the unreleased Parks and Normal City Connect. Okay. That says stay connected San Diego, by the way. How cool is that? City Connect, stay connected San Diego, with that beautiful colorway, pink under brim, which is velvet, by the way.
Velvet,
suede, whatever.
Whatever.
Look at the back of this thing with the different paneling, Slam Diego on the back, the palm trees. This thing is a beautiful cap. I mean, look at this thing.
Follow them on Twitter. Parks and Normal on Twitter, on Instagram as well. Follow them on Instagram at Parks and Normal.
No, follow. I don't think they're on Twitter. Follow them on Instagram.
I meant Instagram, John. Follow them. Go follow them on Instagram at Parks and Normal, and they have all the hats and gear and everything, and it's a must buy.
Parksandnormal.com. Amazing Padres gear and caps. Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Mark Nimitz is in the chat, dude. Mark, we had so many people today just giving us shout outs and just saying, shout out Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, Mark, where were you at the Blind Borough? So many people were giving you shout outs.
Dude, you were like the star of the show.
It was star of the game. People were like, did they come back to win? I just wanted to talk about Mark.
Yeah, where's Mark Nimitz at?
Anyway, check him out, parksandnormal.com, by the way, and let him know we sent you there if you find him on Instagram. Pedro, thank you for your super. Told you about Mark earlier, by the way. If you have insurance needs, contact Mark. What are you laughing at?
Just read it.
Okay, so who's our MVP that needs to break loose in games 3 through 5 like Rosario and Seager of past years? Oh, stop.
Don't even say it. It's over. We're done. They got one game off that, all right? Yesterday was definitely the curse. Yesterday was the curse game with the bullshit that a KOSI did. And
we haven't even mentioned that on radio, have we?
No, we're not going to mention it ever on radio.
With intent.
Done.
And I know Pedro's joking, as everyone is. That's a Padres fan that just watched that, obviously, because it's utter ridiculousness.
I felt bad because Brandon Stone, Messi, like he's like, I was going to invite you on Thursday, and I was like, I'm just kidding, Brandon.
Oh, why? He said he was going to, and now he's not going to?
I think he still, because I made a joke online yesterday. I was like, I blame KOSI.
Yeah, I mean, it's a joke, but
It's a joke,
we kind of
guys.
do.
A little bit.
Yeah.
No, Jared, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Don't ban. We're not going to ban Pedro for bringing that up.
No. Come on. I mean, it's not Pedro's fault. Pedro didn't do the stupid thing. You know what I mean? Like, it already exists. It's out there in the ether.
Yeah, I'm
this point.
Yeah,
it is completely out there in the ether. And let's pull this up. Jared, thank you. So Jared's one of our mods, and he does a great job at it. We really do appreciate it, Jared.
He's obviously joking because he said, he's joking.
I know, but thank you. I wanted to thank Jared for contributing again to the channel. Right. No, I don't think they've apologized, but I do think they took it down. But of course, it's been captured by social media.
Well, it's like good. Take it down. Why you have that up there? I also think I read somewhere they actually did that also for the Dodgers series at one point, but at the same time, like it wasn't. I don't know why this thing just. And you sent me the full video of it.
Oh, like, it's even worse.
It is the most cringeworthy shit I've ever seen in my life.
I need like a expose on what is that?
Like who, like who are those people?
Who are
and why? Who are they? Why is like
they got together like, yo, I have an idea. Let's do this. It doesn't make any sense.
We also should answer Pedro's other question: who's the breakout star for games 3 and 5? Who do you think is going to be that?
3 through 5?
3 through 5, yeah.
I hope it's starting pitching. I hope it's Musgrove and Darvish. And then I hope it's Machado and Soto.
I do too. I think
I go with the girls that you brought to the dance.
Yeah, I picked Soto to have a massive series, and I hope going to Philadelphia, he has a good series. So I'm going with Soto. I'll just continue to ride that Soto train.
Keep ride that, man. I'm with you. You know me. I mean, I love this. And again, this Soto has this moment narrative. I'm like, he had the game tying.
Dude, even Joe Dodgers said it tonight.
4.
Did you hear that?
I know.
On the call?
Like,
he's like,
Soto has his moment. I'm like, what about the Edwin Diaz 2-run single? I know it was 4-0. What about the game tying hit against the Dodgers? What more do you want than that?
In game 4, that's a pretty big fucking moment.
It's a pretty big hit. And then he's got the game tying hit against the Phillies in game 2. Like, these are big moments. I get it. He doesn't have a 1,000 OPS. He's not hitting home runs every day. But to pretend like he hasn't had big moments, it's only been 7 or 8 games. He's had some moments for this team in the postseason. And hopefully with more games, more opportunities to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, thank you for hanging out from Hawaii tonight. He says, by the way, I'm not on board with slandering Soto on cue. I think a lot of people agree with you. I think it's it's the vocal minority on Soto. I get it. It has not been the greatest run for these 2.5 months. It hasn't. But ask yourself this: if you were traded across country and you were on a team that sucked and then on a team that was good, and you had expectations and previously you didn't, and you had new teammates, like, there's a lot that goes into this. And he hasn't had a great 2.5 months. Factual statement, but that's not a reason to say he's not capable of producing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
I'm with you.
And then Jesse follows up with the way Twitter does. Yeah, I'm with you, Jesse. I'm a Soto apologist, and I hope to be the last one standing on that. I hope to say "told you so" at the end of this year when they win the World Series and Soto has a big moment or 2 or 3, over the next couple of weeks.
Anytime now Soto or Manny does anything, it's like, hey, Jim, did you see that?
It's so stupid.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Oh, gosh.
So all I put out today, and all I said today was Juan Soto has 1 extra base hit in this postseason. And it was like, shut the fuck up, Jim. You don't know shit. Idiot. I'm like, I'm literally giving you a factual statement.
I know.
There's no opinion here.
Did you get ripped by like people other than me?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Okay, it's not that many.
Well,
it's like 60.
Well, especially after he got that hit in the 5th inning, everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up! You don't know what you're talking about." I'm like,
right.
I literally just pointed out a stat.
Right, it was true. I know, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's
I kind of love the passion.
I tell you what, right now, social media and Twitter right now.
They're buzzing.
This team, it is the ultimate. There's no middle ground here. It's either this fucking season's over and this team's the worst team ever in the fucking the face of the earth, or this team's winning the whole World Series and not losing ever again.
It's a couple of great chats that just rolled in. Okay, so Pseudonym says, low key, I think Soto is still hurt. His hitting fell off a cliff after he was scratched with back tightness in September. I had forgotten about Camelgate. I had completely forgotten about Camelgate on Family Day. I don't know. Right. I don't think he's hurt. He's swinging. His exit velocities are averaging 110. He swings out of his ass.
Yeah, a million miles. Come
on. Christian, which Novo? Damn, I worked till 6:30 on Saturday. We are at the one in South Bay.
Yeah, South Bay.
Which I hear is, I think this is accurate, right? Otay Ranch?
Sure.
I believe so, Christian. I mean, I know it's.
We'll blast it out on all of our social media accounts tomorrow or Friday, I think, because tomorrow we're going to be obviously promoting Fair Play, and then Friday we'll be promoting along with Fair Play that will be at Novo, and we'll let you know. Just follow our social media accounts. It will tell you what we'll be at.
Yes and no on this. I don't know how. It has, you could argue, with some players at some points, and for others it has not, like Bryce Harper, who won MVP in 2021 and won the Home Run Derby, right? Do I have that right?
Yeah, I don't.
Or he was in the Home Run Derby?
Yeah, I don't really like.
That's going back way. Yeah, you're going back 3.5 months at this point,
Yeah, I mean, look, Soto should have had a home run in Game 3 versus the Dodgers. But the Marine Layers knocked that shit down. So
true.
If Bryce Harper hit the exact same ball Juan Soto hit the other night, and Harper's was a home run because of the weather, and Soto's wasn't because of the weather.
Aaron, no, you're not the only one not upset about Soto, just in general. And there are people, I get it. There's people that think they need more. I mean, he's got a 560 OPS. I mean, it's not good.
Yeah, two extra base hits in the postseason. It's
it's not amazing.
No.
But he's made the most of when he has contributed, to our point. Mets series, Dodgers series today, those specific games. And again, I think it's more fair to critique when you're losing than critique when you're winning, in my opinion. If you get swept out of the series and goes 0 for 16, we could talk about it for 3 months. We can all do it. And we'll always go back to that. Hey, it was 0 for 16 in the sweep. But that's not what's happening right now. They're finding ways to win, and he's playing a role in it. Maybe not the central figure of the reason that they're in this spot, but he's at least he's a player in what's happened here.
He is, for sure. And hope, the longer that this postseason goes, the more opportunities for him to break out here. That's why, obviously you want to keep winning because you keep winning, you win a World Series. That's fucking amazing. But the more games you play and the more time that you have here in this season, I feel like there's more of an opportunity for Juan Soto to really break out.
I agree with that completely. I really do. Crazy Raider Rad, thank you for your membership and the super. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for your support. Just click the $ in the chat box down below. Padres win tonight over the Phillies. Come from behind fashion, coming back from 4 runs down to win 8-5. He says Soto has big upside like Hader has. Can't give up on guys like that. You ride or die with guys like that. I mean, there's no scenario where you can give up on Juan Soto in any capacity.
No.
I mean, he's
could you imagine
at least the next 2 years.
We're benching Juan Soto today. Are you kidding me?
I did say sit him one day. I got heat,
but
not for that.
Not in NLCS season. Game number 3, John.
No, it was when he was 3 for 48.
Yeah.
And then the next day he hit a double or something, and you're like, you killed me on social. You said you would sit him.
I know.
Oh man. While we have a moment, I do want to thank Omar Sanchez for his support of this channel. Can you pull that down, Jim? Omar Sanchez, Edge Home Finance. Thank you. He is here to help all Padres fans with their mortgage needs. He's got a brand new website. Great site. Please support loansbyomar.com. Everything you need for first-time home buyers, or if you're interested in refinancing, scan the QR code on the screen, or you can text him at 619-387-7798. He's a San Diegan and a huge Padres fan, and he can help get you into your dream home. He can help you refinance. If you're in the process of buying or refinancing and you want a second opinion to make sure you're getting the best deal possible, just get in contact with Omar. Call or text him. You'll get a free consultation. Get to his website. Great resource for Padres fans. Loansbyomar.com. Click on the education tab. Everything you need. First-time home buyers, refinancing, all the information in one place. Loansbyomar.com.
Yeah, 619-387-7798. When you reach out to them, let them know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
All right, so thank you, Omar, and really thank you guys for a fun day.
Yeah, that was an all-time day for us, and it's just getting started. It feels like it's not over yet, and we will be out at Fair Play on Friday. Make sure to listen to John and Jim on the radio tomorrow, San Diego Sports 760, starting at 3 p.m.
Yeah, we got to cook up. I don't know where we're gonna have. We're gonna have some good guests for you,
and then we'll be out at Novo on Saturday, and we'll see what happens the rest of the weekend.
Yes, we will see what happens the rest of the weekend, like you said. Listen, if you watch the wrap-up show, but you are on the go, you can listen to it. We are the official podcast at friersonbase.com, and you can get this podcast, which is the audio-only edition of the wrap-up show, basically wherever you get your podcasts. And we're presented by Eric Lanier at higherimpactfinancial.com. Again, that is Eric Lanier at higherimpactfinancial.com. I do thank Eric. We thank Eric for his support of this channel. He's a native San Diegan, born and raised, huge Padres fan. And if you're wondering if you're financially strong enough to leave your corporate job, or if you're tired of being surprised by how many taxes you owe every year, make sure to give Eric at Higher Impact Financial a call. Along with that, Eric can help make sure your family is protected by helping you get a trust established. The first handful of Padres fans that call to get a trust done with Eric's firm will get $200 off. Call him right now, 951-383-3033. That's 951-383-3033. You can schedule your first meeting. Even if you just want to talk about the Padres during this playoff run, give him a call. He would love to talk sports with you. HigherImpactFinancial.com. Advisory services are offered through Wealth Tech Partners, a registered investment advisor that only conducts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded from registration requirements. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Investing involves risk and possible loss of principal capital.
Job not finished.
Job not finished, guys.
Job not finished. Not finished at all.
It is not. It's going to be an amazing weekend beginning Friday night. 4:37 first pitch. We will be at Fair Play. Listen to us on the radio. Pedro, love to hear this. 760, our brand new signal representing in North County. You can catch us day and night on 760, whether you're in North County, South Bay, wherever you are in Southern California. Make sure to listen to us. And like Jeremiah said, 7 more. Job's not finished. We appreciate it, Jeremiah. All right, please subscribe. Okay, if you're a Padres fan, you got to subscribe for us. That's all we ask. Smash the like button as well. So we ask 2 things. You can follow us on social media at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. You can join. You can become a member by clicking join. Thank you for the supers tonight as well. Thank you, Mark Nimitz, for your support of this channel. Our title sponsor, Auto, Home, Renters Life, Earthquake Insurance. Please get in contact with Mark. He'd love to talk Padres baseball with you. Thank you, Will at Aura, for your support of this channel as well. ORA.organic. You get 30% off your first order. Thank you, Omar Sanchez. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now to get to Omar. Loansbyomar.com. I'm struggling.
You okay? Just
not really. I just need water.
We're done.
Thank you,
Peace
Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial as well. We will see you guys tomorrow on the radio at 3 p.m. and then Friday at Fair Play.
We're done. Bye.